And if you would please join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Counselor Eager,
Here.
Counselor Astorga,
Here.
Counselor Donahue,
I am here.
Counselor Hott,
Here.
Counselor Hooper. Here. Counselor Bow.
Here.
Mayor Wall.
Here. Thank you. Do we have, I don't think,
I don't have anybody.
we don't have any, no
Everybody's involved in the home.
interested citizens. What about disinterested citizens? A lot of those maybe.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, then we're gonna move on. First item of business is to review the accounts payable. And I will start with council president.
One question on the Cherry City electric bill. So what did that all involve on the two streetlights? It was complete replacement
Yeah, replacement and hookup connection.
and they paid for the streetlights?
The insurance did, we got reimbursed from the insurance.
One was our own insurance. We just had to submit a claim to our own insurance.
And real quick, while we're on that, another one got hit and that's gonna be getting replaced too.
Is that another one on our insurance, or do we have the?
No, I got video of that one.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for an officer to come take my statement.
We knew to talk to about.
I know.
Did you do it? Did you do it?
I called down and
Oh.
we couldn't meet, so I emailed them again today. So they're busy.
No, she's saying, did you hit?
Did you hit the pole? Is that
Oh.
why you have to take your stand?
I need to submit a police report or whatever, I hit and run.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Councilor Ott?
That was the same question I had with the
Okay.
goals.
Councilor Donahue, do you have any questions?
No, just did that have that streetlight replacement? Did it have to replace the pole base and everything, or just the light and the wiring to it?
Well, the wiring was in place, but the concrete base is there, but the whole entire light pole and fixture was installed and then electrical was hooked up too.
Okay.
Anything else, Councilor Donahue?
I had one more thing on the motor rewinding that I think Tag did. Is that what happened on that?
So we had an outage out there some time ago and it tripped the breaker, which caused the wires to get damaged. They got hot and then the motor got hot, which compromised the motor. It didn't happen on the exact same time, but after a few months after that outage, that's when the motor stopped working.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Storga?
All my questions were answered.
Councilor?
All of mine are answered as well.
Okay, Councilor Hopper? No, mine. So, thank you all. Move on to new business. Oh, no, we won't. Move to consent agenda. And one item, and that's to approve the November 4th, 2021 meeting minutes. Are there any corrections or additions? Being none, I'll entertain a motion for approval of the consent agenda. Okay. Your second? I have a motion by Council Hofer, a second by Councilor Storga to approve the consent agenda. Roll call, please.
Counselor Fowl.
Aye.
Counselor Eager.
Aye.
Counselor Hooper.
Aye.
Counselor Astorga.
Aye.
Counselor Donahue.
Aye.
Counselor Ott.
I,
Mayor Wall.
Aye. Okay, now we'll move on to new business. The first item is a budget committee appointment, and this is a reappointment of Steve Whitechurch, and his information is in your packet. And this is a term, what is the term? Let me get a 2-year term. Ending. Running from actually June, oh, it's a 3-year term. Okay, so it's a 3-year term ending June 30th, 2027. And I will entertain a motion on that.
I move to appoint Steve Whitchurch to the Budget Committee for a 3-year term ending June 30th, 2027. Second.
It's been moved by Councilor Eder, seconded by Councilor Ofer to appoint Steve Whitechurch to the Budget Committee for a 3-year term ending June 30th, 2027. And I'll make a comment on this before we vote. There's four vacancies, so if you know any financial wizards that would like to be on our budget committee, please encourage them. So I'll have the vote on this now. Colby?
Counselor Ott.
I,
Counselor Fowl.
Aye.
Counselor Eager.
Aye.
Counselor Hooper.
Aye.
Counselor Astorga.
Aye.
Counselor Donahue.
Aye.
Mayor Wall.
Aye. Okay, your next item is biosolids management update. It's a discussion item, and I'll turn that over to the city manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and as normal, I'm going to hand this off to Mr. Dahlberg, who's going to discuss our biosolids management scope of services as submitted by our city engineer. And if you have some questions about the direction that we go with this, I think I'm prepared to answer a few questions. But we're actually hoping to enter into the agreement with Civil West Engineering, provide the report for biosolids management. So with that, Alan.
So the background is the city of Mount Angel provides utility services, including water and wastewater, to approximately 3,400 year-round residents. Wastewater is collected in a conventional gravity sewer system, which conveys the raw wastewater into the main lift station, where the wastewater is pumped into the city's treatment plant. The treatment plant consists of facultative lagoons treatment system. Prior analysis indicated that solids have accumulated in the primary lagoon for multiple decades without removal. The peak height of solids in the primary lagoon was measured higher than the minimum operating level of the lagoon, necessitating removal and disposal. This will involve some planning and regulatory coordination to determine the most cost-effective solutions to remove the ultimately dispose of the solids. Recommendation is to enter into an agreement with Civil West Engineering to provide a report for biosolids management.
Would you like to talk about your conversation with the city engineer and how that might work together with our next, perhaps our next master plan for wastewater?
Yeah. So he said if we start this biosolids survey, it would benefit us before we are halfway through that we start our wastewater master plan, because we'll save money by doing that. And this survey is going to take a couple of months to do. So if we get the ball rolling on it now, then possibly by summertime, we could start dredging. And if we don't do it by the end of this summer, we'd have to wait until next summer.
Is that based on lagoon levels?
Yes, and discharge.
I'm curious, I thought the last time that West Tech looked at this, they said that we didn't need to do this quite yet. Has there been more measurements? And I could be wrong. I don't,
Well, so last time they did a sludge dredge, at that time, he said that we have 2 or 3 to 5 years. And it's been about that. So I took that information and gave it to Civil West. And going by West Tech's findings, we are at that point now.
okay. So I wasn't crazy.
No,
I did say that. Okay, good. It's always nice to know. Okay. Councilors, other questions, comments?
Those are the only 3 options you're looking at.
as far
Liquid hauling, landfilling, and shipping it off to other cities.
as Matt said, yes. And if we do land apply, it's gonna be a little bit more than just taking it out and land applying it. We're gonna have to screen it because we don't have bar screens. It's just macerated. So there's garbage and plastics in it that's gonna need to get filtered out.
Well, not only that, it's another $33,000 and just writing the plan to DEQ to do it. Either way. So when he wrote. Sorry. So when they wrote the proposal, I didn't see the date on it. They said likely SDC eligible. Did we get any confirmation on that since? No, he just wrote this. 2 weeks ago, a week of that was Thanksgiving, so. Okay, so we're still waiting to hear if we are for sure we can do SDCs on that,
Yes.
or at least part of it, okay. So, and then I noted in here that if we don't do land application, we don't do the biosolid management plan. So that's potentially a $33,000 savings, and then it's about a $15,000 savings on the upcoming facility master plan scope, so that part is good. The downside is this just gets us to the decision point, right? Because in here it says it's gonna be even more to actually do the contracting support, the bidding, all that other stuff. So with that, I guess it would come out of the master plan, it wouldn't come out of this. I was gonna say, if we're gonna know what we need to do different to make sure the next time we have to do this, we can go the least expensive route, right?
Well, and then in the master plan, he might change up some stuff at the wastewater plant too. Like the headworks, he might put in bar screens instead of, he might recommend taking out the macerators and putting bar screens, so we filter out all that grit and junk and plastics that come in.
Do you know if we've had agreements with landowners in the past for disposal?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think we've ever dredged. We've never dredged.
Yeah, no, I know here, but we had an old plant too.
Oh, no, I'm not aware of that.
Most farmers here take liquids.
Yeah.
The only thing you do is you have to haul. So you can pay them to spread it for you. And so $5 a ton or $2 a ton, whatever it was, get me the price. But you get it to them, and they'll spread it. They like it, and they'll come for more. Yeah.
So I got one other dumb question. So there's no liner or anything, like this is basically an open pond, right?
There is a limit.
Oh, there is a liner? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
not permeable.
never mind. I was gonna say, well, while we're dredging, do we want to increase the capacity?
No, there's a limit.
You gotta watch me, if there's an excavator, I wanna go further.
Back to your comment, Tony, there are certain crops you cannot grow for like X amount of years because of
Yeah, there is.
the treatment.
But most of it's just goes on grassing. And you'll get, instead of 1 cut a year, you get 3. So that's why farmers flock to it, because it grows pretty well.
So I have one other procedural thing. Cause I know we talked about citing authorities and then we kind of left them alone, that kind of stuff. But on something that's over 50 grand. What happens if we get it? So before I make a motion on this, so we have a quote for 81,884, and I genuinely, based on our conversation, don't think we're gonna do the $32,000. But. What happens if we were to authorize only that amount and then there ended up being a change order?
Then I'm gonna have to come back to council.
No, you have authority to do a change order as long as it's not over 50,000.
So once this is approved. He can take his $50,000 authority on top of whatever council
I
advice,
believe so.
okay. I'm just curious because that changes the motion.
I'll go with what she said, but based on all the conversation before, that's why I answered the way that I answered. Because this is a total project.
My question then is for landfilling. That's incineration, I'm assuming. What happens when Covanta goes away? When what? When the burner goes away. It's going away. Supposed to go away soon? Yeah, like this year or next.
Actually, it's gonna close by the end of the year.
I might mention that to Matt tomorrow, because he's probably not.
We burn a lot of 55-year-old.
But I would say at least give us some more options. There's also the potential for on-site processing on a belt press. Okay. They'll bring in a belt press on a truck. Process the solids. You'll still have to go and haul it somewhere, but. Or you could take it to the city of Salem. They'll take it. Put it in their digesters. But you'd have to talk to them, get an IGA, but. But their motto is if you haul it, we'll take it. So.
So we've had this for 30+ years and we've never had to do this before, right? Okay. You're here to personally guarantee in 30 years.
Ooh,
Yeah, well. You know how our community's growing.
Yeah, because that's the other thing, that's why it went up too, is because you have more housing, 2 to 3 kids or 2 to 3 persons a house at 100 gallons a day, about anywhere from 10 to 12 pounds of waste, actual solids. Comes in every day per person. So figure that into your math out of 100 homes, 2 to 3 people, it's a lot.
So I'm gonna make the wild assumption that $33,000 in savings or extra just in this quote, and the $15,000 savings in the master plan are absolutely minuscule compared to what it's gonna cost us to actually dredge it. So I'm not really concerned about the 15 or the 30. If screening it and hauling it to a farmer's field or several fields that's within a, small radius of town is the cheapest way to go. I think we look at how we can screen it and do that. I mean.
Well,
that's
also this is, what we're paying Civil West to do is to find out exactly what the cheapest process would be for us. They're gonna do all of the legwork for that, for us on.
But you save us a lot of staff time.
Well, I can't remember. I think it was before we used to have an account specifically for dredging.
A fund. Now we just have a specific account.
Okay, so but we still have earmarked account or that kind of.
2.5 million. It's specifically earmarked for dredging. Yep.
Why didn't you lead with that?
Well, I think,
We don't even know if that's gonna be enough.
well, I mean, your memory is probably a lot better than mine, but like, I thought it was quite a bit higher than that when it was like re-earmarked or whatever, like years ago, like it was.
No,
We were just talking about this, because we figured you guys would ask.
Well, yeah, well, I just like, yeah, I mean,
because it used to be affectionately known as the Sludge Management Fund.
Yes.
And then we changed it, but
Yeah, no, I think, when it was combined with the sewer fund, whatever was there was carried over. We didn't lose any amount, and we've been aggressively building it.
it's just, you know,
Since I've
probably
been
like 8 or 10 years ago, when it was renamed, it was a lot more money back then.
Right.
Okay.
So,
Well, my panic level went down a little bit.
We're in actually a really good spot, because I've been talking to neighboring cities and just other directors and stuff and OAWU and people that get to this point, they're scrambling because they don't have anything to say. And they're trying other methods and, so we're in a good spot.
it was a dearly held fund when I first came here in whatever year it was. So they guarded that with very carefully, so which is pretty wise. So. Okay. Okay, I'll entertain a motion if there are no other questions.
I move to authorize the city manager to enter into an agreement with Civil West Engineering to provide biosolids management report for the city of Mount Angel in the amount of $85,000.
Second.
Okay. A motion to authorize city manager to enter into an agreement in the amount of $85,000. By Councilor and seconded by Councilor Ott. Roll call, please.
Counselor Donahue? Still with us? Come back then. Counselor Ott?
Aye.
Counselor Powell?
Aye.
Counselor Eager?
Aye.
Counselor Hopper? Aye. Counselor Astorga?
Aye.
Mayor Wall?
Aye. Thank you all.
Counselor Donahue, are you there? No, he's here. He had sent a chat saying his kids were being loud, so he may not hear us.
Okay,
Yes, he's-
okay, then we'll move on. Next item is our monthly fee schedule update.
I know, right?
Well,
I only bring it to you because I find things. You just stop finding things.
what?
Huh?
Somebody's doing their job.
Well, it's all of us, actually.
So we'll turn this over to Terry.
Yeah, so we were having a discussion at City Hall about business licenses and what it means to have a. What is it? The gambling, social gaming permit. So we started looking into it about what that meant, and I was reading that the fee was supposed to be such and such, and I was like, well, that's interesting. Like, somebody mentioned, I think our system is set up for $100 on our fee schedule, so. Because the fee is set by ordinance, we can't override it with a fee resolution. So we need to return it back to what the ordinance says, unless you would direct me to bring back an amendment to the ordinance. And then we can change the fee. Or we can change the resolution to say that, or change the ordinance to say that the fee is set by resolution, and that fixes.
Yeah, that's what you do. Okay,
So it's supposed to be 25 or fixed on?
It's supposed to be 25, but our fee schedule was set at 100.
Is that a typo or was that just how it was? Or?
I went back, and as far as I could find, it was when it was entered on the fee schedule, they put it at 100, so.
Okay, just was wondering if it was a typo. Oh, this was up here.
I don't know.
how many people actually apply for a social gaming permit?
Well, 3 or less,
I was saying, thinking 30.
And it's good- the permit's good for a year.
yes. Yeah, I'm not sure what was happening in legislation, why we passed the social gaming ordinance. But in the early 2000s.
I wonder how that reading through actually sets how much these the bet and stuff.
Right, it's really
You don't have to
detailed.
just go down and watch some poker and make sure that we buy it. Everybody's limit. He's just looking down. What? I said you were looking down. Were you aware there was a raised limit?
No.
Did not. It's good to slow these games down.
Yeah.
And oh.
Okay. Any other questions? And I will entertain a motion on the fee schedule update.
What were the other 2 options?
You could ask to have an ordinance brought back. To modify.
To approve this, ask for an ordinance, or what was the third one?
Well, the ordinance, you can either change the ordinance to set a new fee, or you can come back and say. The ordinance needs to say that the fee is set by resolution.
Oh,
But either way, our fee schedule is incorrect and this needs to be approved.
alright. I move to approve the attached resolution adopting a master fee schedule for services provided by the city of Mount Angel.
Second?
Okay. Motion by Councilor Fowl, second by Councilor Hooper. Approved this resolution, which is. Yeah. Anyway, roll call please.
Counselor Astoria.
Right.
Counselor Donahue,
I'm gonna abstain because I missed half of that conversation. Sorry.
Counselor Ock,
Aye.
Counselor Bow.
Aye.
Counselor Eder,
Aye.
Counselor Hooper,
Aye.
Mayor Wall.
Aye. Okay, you're moving on to reports and we'll start with our. Let's start with our student counselor because she's not on the agenda. Do you have any information for the counselor you'd like to share tonight? Okay. All right, then we'll move on.
In her defense, I didn't ask her to either.
Okay, yeah, all right. So. Maybe that'll be a great report next time, you never know. Move on to city manager's report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So, I'm just gonna do a little reading because that's the way I can sound it and get you all the information that I think you need to know. We are now aware, and it has been confirmed that a new unwanted resident is in our community. The emerald ash borer, or EAB. The emerald ash borer is an invasive wood boring beetle that has killed hundreds of millions of ash trees in US Midwest and East Coast. EAB has been in Oregon since at least 2022. After a report on Oregon Invasives Hotline and a separate positive trap result on July 16th and July 27th on the border of Marion and Clackamas counties, visual surveys by ODA and ODF started to find the extent of the EAB infestation in these counties. The Oregon Department of Forestry ash dash map updates frequently with the survey results. After the positive trap, field staff have been searching for signs and symptoms in surrounding areas for the emerald ash borer. Unfortunately, adult EAB has been found within Mount Angel city limits. There's actually a map that shows where they are. A quarantine on any ash wood is established anytime there is new confirmation of EAB in a county. As of August 2nd, the ODA quarantine updated to include Marion County. Basically, the quarantine prohibits materials from all plant parts of ash, white fringe and olive trees from movement outside of Washington, Yamhill, Marion, and Clackamas counties. The short version is the EAB can quickly spread through the population of ash trees in our area. When exposed to EAB, ash trees have a 99% mortality rate. Ash trees are a vital part of our waterways in Oregon and are commonly found as street trees in cities. There are insecticide treatments available, but we anticipate increased management needed for our ash population as we need to treat for EAB, remove trees, and communicate with you and our community. Since it was first found in Michigan 2 decades ago, EAB has become the most destructive forest pest ever seen in North America. Where they spread to, EAB larvae eventually kill most all ash trees by feeding on the living tissues under the bark. Oregon ash and all other American and European ash species are susceptible. EAB was found in Forest Grove in Washington County in June of 2022, making Oregon the first state on the West Coast to report infestation. Since then, it's been found in at least 3 other counties in the Willamette Valley, including Yamhill, Marion, and Clackamas. The reason I'm telling you about the EAB is the Oregon Department of Forestry is going to be sending out a press release, likely this week. And we'll be notifying everybody in the world that we have ash trees that have been found infected with EAB here in the city of Mount Angel. Alan can tell you exactly where the trees are.
Well, the city owns one. Everything else that's in town is either owned by HOA or homeowners.
And then there is likely a significant growth of ash trees to our west on nearby farms. So, like I said, we will be posting information about the EAB, the Oregon Department of Forestry's findings. We'll be putting that out on Facebook. We'll also be putting that out on our website, along with information about the EAB in both English and Spanish. So Tara has all that information and will likely do that in the days to come. But wanted to kind of do that and announce that to you folks before Oregon Department of Forestry sent out their press release so that you would have the information soon. Moving on November 15th, we received a letter from Portland State University confirming their population estimates as of July 1st, 2024. And the city of Mount Angel is at 3,594. So looks like we've got some signage to be changed on city limits. As previously discussed, we're moving closer to the beginning of a strategic planning process for the city. The consultant through the League of Oregon Cities recently contacted us, and we are working on putting together a planning team. We'll all be attending a kickoff meeting on January 6th, 2025. This will be a cohort style, and we will be going through the process to develop a strategic plan along with the cities of North Bend, Lincoln City, and Depot Bay. So we'll all be going through this process together. So we'll have some points of reference and some other municipalities to work with as we move through this process. I'm sure you're all aware that Thursday night this week will be the first annual Mount Angel Campus Laud, Bavarian Traditions and Dance as identified on Facebook. It's happening from 6 p.m. till late. They intend to close Charles Street between Garfield and Cleveland and partying in the street in front of Pub 210 East. The group, however, has yet to complete the street closure form permit process. They are planning at least to initially parade as a group from the area of Mary's Church down Church Street and end up in front of Pub 210. So,
Correction, he did come in and pay at the end of the day.
Oh,
So he did, and he had the other 2 notifications or 3 notifications. I think there was 2 on there, so
okay.
he did get his permit.
So tomorrow he'll likely get the street closure permit. And then, of course, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is Christmas in Mount Angel. Hazelnut Festival is December 6th through the 8th. This event includes vendor market, entertainment, and fun for the whole family. The festival takes place at the Fest Hall and is put on by the Mount Angel Chamber of Commerce. The Christmas tree lighting is December 7th at 6 p.m. There will be, of course, the tree lighting, visit with Santa, shopping, blue wine, hot chocolate, and dinner at the Mount Angel's charming town square, which has been recently illuminated. If you noticed on your way in tonight, we have lights on City Hall and the library. The Chris Kindle Market is a part of that, and it'll be operating December 7th and the 8th from about 10 a.m. Till 10 p.m. on Saturday and from 10 till 5 on Sunday. And two more things. The goat experiment is in process, so I signed the goat permit. So they are eating vines.
I saw the fence up. I didn't see the goats, but I saw the fence up.
Okay, well, he's only got 21 days.
How many goats does he have out there?
I don't know.
I saw him today. There was probably, I don't know, probably 10, that I could see. Or it was funny, like taking a break from the riders.
So the goat experiment is in process. And just for those who are keeping track, as of yesterday, I crossed the border into completing my 7th year with the city of Mount Angel. On to number 8. So with that, proudly serving, and back to you.
Okay, I'll start with Counselor reports, and we'll start with Counselor Hofer. Okay. Counselor Fowles.
I had 2 questions for Jackie. Number
Yes.
1, is there either through the library or elsewhere in town, preferably library, any way for people to donate lightly used books that maybe you don't use?
Yeah, we have a policy for that, but yeah, people can donate. I don't guarantee that they are put in the collection, but I find a home for them.
Got it. And
And I
then,
don't take encyclopedias or National Geographic or textbooks.
copy. And then I just happened to notice this on the application we just had for the budget committee. And I noticed that all of our boards are 2 years, budget committee is 3 years, but the library board is 4 years. And I'm wondering if that isn't a potential deterrent for recruitment.
I don't know. I mean, it was in place when I got here, so I have no
Okay.
idea.
Just, I literally just noticed it, so I know there's been
Yeah,
some
I
issues
don't-
with recruiting, and I just noticed it's a 4-year commitment,
Yeah.
so.
Is that the state? Jackie, do you know? The state sets some rules for.
Well, and I could
Oh,
look,
okay.
I could look at that up, because there are laws that govern the library and the library, I mean, how they're run, so I'll look that up.
That's a high likelihood. I just noticed that was when we were doing this, I looked down and I was like, oh, whoa, 4 years, so, okay. And I think. Oh,
And thanks for asking me a question.
Jackie's so excited. And then Alan, I've asked you this, you answered it and I forgot. But at some point, I know we got plans to do the baseball field at Ebner. Do we have it on a regular, and what made me think of it is I saw we bought rock. To be able to sand drag soccer fields. Specifically the one at Ebner, because I noticed it's getting a lot of use, and the last few times that I was out there, there was some real ankle snappers.
So we don't have anything ourselves as far as public works to sand drag it. Everybody that's, when it's been sand dragged in the past, the people that are using the ball field have done it.
Okay. So, cause yeah, I noticed it's getting a lot more use.
Yeah.
So.
Folks on the same ground.
Or this is step 1, I didn't know we didn't have the equipment to do it ourselves, so.
Oh, Jeff.
Let's do some way that doesn't introduce liability.
Yeah.
Thank you. Counselor Astoria.
Just, how are we far along with the safe routes to school? Are we closer to getting the lights put in and all that jazz? This is just
We're-
kind of see as we go.
Every day we're a day closer. But as ODOT told me, you know, as I let them know, it's gonna be probably at least another year,
Oh, okay.
but
I thought it was soon. I just, for some reason in the back of my mind, I thought it was soon, so.
yeah, they've sent out the letters to the affected property owners that they needed to. And it's kind of grown silent, but nothing that I'm aware of has negated the program or anything like that, because those dollars pre-existed and this is a for sure program moving forward, so without, as far as I know, isn't gonna be moving the money around to something else, so we are still in line and we're still moving forward.
All right. Keep pounding.
The great people that I've been working with on this project.
That's it. Counselor Donahue, do you have any questions or comments?
I do not have anything.
Okay. Counselor Hop?
Do we have anything further on the 290 Auto Street?
There's really not anything more that we're doing right now. And
I
I
did drive by
realize,
it.
I realized that she was upset when she came in, but what we've done, there is some significant cleanup. And we're trying to keep people from putting junk back in there.
Mm.
And so that will likely, when we get a little bit closer to some better weather, it'll probably be something that I'll bring before council to make some choices about. Because we have some choices to examine, whether we want to make that into maybe a pocket park. Or, you know, we just want it to be a green space, or do we want to make it what it is, which is public right of way? And take the trees out and put gravel down and so that people can drive up and down that street.
Right, okay. I had to drive by it because I was like, now I have to go see what the barriers were. Inspection.
Yeah, and
I did.
there's lots of stories that we will,
I'm sure.
we've got a point.
To
where-
That was all I had.
Counselor Eater?
I'm just gonna reiterate what Pete said earlier about filling up the budget committee. Everybody here should try to go out and find one person. Very good. Or two people. I'm assuming if we contact the person, or you want names, Tara, you want us to do the contacting. Correct?
Well, I can contact him, but I still need an application.
Okay.
Right, like. Nothing happens until I have a piece of paper
Okay.
signed and filled out to bring to you guys to approve.
Because if we don't work on it, we're gonna be sitting here come budget time, we're still gonna be that many people short.
I'm gonna tell you ahead of time, I'm unavailable. Just so,
Okay.
you don't even think
I'll
about
take
it.
that the list.
There's not much commitment.
Hmm?
Get an extra copy of his signature while he's still here.
Okay. You said,
I think you do a great job.
I'd be a thorn in your side.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it? Okay. We'll move on to mayor's report. Thank you to the police chief for stealing my thunder on the events. That's okay. At least one of us said it. I'd like to congratulate the city manager on his starting his 8th year and also on the nice award he received last month. It's always nice to be recognized and you deserve it for that day.
Thank you.
Okay, we need to talk, okay. Wish everyone a safe and festive holiday season. Stay out of trouble. Be good. Our next meeting is January 6th, and that's an important meeting because we're going to swear in a new mayor and new councilors, and then we're going to elect a council president. So be ready to roll that night. And finally, go Ducks. And I'm done. And we will,
Sounds like a house divided there.
huh? We don't have an executive session, do we?
No, nobody caught me on that one, that's not.
Is that a copy and paste last month?
Okay, then. We are adjourned.